Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby. In case you guys are new to our channel, today, as you can tell by the title of my video, I'm going to be doing my pregnancy, labor, delivery story time with Anais. Now keep in mind, my daughter is already 3 years old, but I've been seeing some of the girls I watch on YouTube do their labor and delivery videos. So I figured that this would be a good time to do it since I honestly have no video ideas right now because we're stuck at home. So yeah, let's get started. Let's see, I found out I was pregnant with Anais. It was about 2 weeks after my 21st birthday. We actually had gone out drinking the weekend before I found out. I had no idea that I was pregnant. I'm no way saying it's okay to go out and drink while you're pregnant, but this is my story. We actually had gone out and drank that weekend before. That following Monday, I was literally still throwing up. So I was like, why am I still hungover? What's going on? Then I got to thinking, maybe I am pregnant. Maybe I should take a pregnancy test. So I told Christian to run to Walgreens, which was down the street from where we used to live. And he got me a pregnancy test, and I didn't want to take it that night. I was like, I don't want to take it. So we waited until the next morning. I took it and it was positive, 2 bright pink lines. I remember I handed it to Christian. I didn't know what to think. We weren't trying for a baby. We had talked about it. We had said we want to have a baby, but we definitely weren't trying for one yet. So it came as a surprise. I handed him the pregnancy test and I was like shock look on my face, gave it to him, and he looked at it and immediately started crying and hugged me, and we were both crying. It was right before he went to work. I was getting ready to go to work. So yeah, funny story. Christian ended up getting a ticket because he was late to work and he was speeding. So he got a ticket that day. So yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. I wouldn't say my pregnancy was hard, but the first 4 months of my pregnancy, I literally threw up every single day, all day long. Everything I would eat, I would throw it back up. So that was the worst. I'm the type of person who hates vomit. I hate it. I'd rather, whenever I'm feeling sick, I try so hard to hold it in because I hate throwing up. I hate seeing other people throw up. I hate hearing other people throw up. So, and the fact that I had that happening to me for 4 months was crazy. I would wake up, throw up, brush my teeth, throw up, brush my teeth again, try to have breakfast. I couldn't have breakfast. I would throw up. Lunch, I would eat lunch, throw up, and then dinner, eat dinner, throw up. And so it was not fun at all for the first 4 months, and then it completely went away and I was fine. So that was good. Let's see, everything went good throughout my pregnancy. I did, however, end up getting in a really bad car accident when I was 7 months pregnant, and I completely totaled my car. At 7 months pregnant, so that was a huge scare. I was heading back to work from lunch and I just don't know what happened, and I slammed into a truck that was going, and then spun out and hit another car, and my car was totaled. The whole front of it was smashed in. So that was really scary. I remember being transported by the ambulance to the hospital to be monitored. I had a huge gash on my arm here from the airbags because they deployed, and then I had a big bruise on my knee, but baby was fine, so that was the good part of it. I remember thinking oh my gosh, is my baby okay? Is my baby okay? I'm pregnant, and it was just the scariest part of my pregnancy. I had a second scare at the doctor's office where I went in because I went over. I was actually 41 weeks when I had Anais. And so I was going I literally had me going every other day into the doctor's to get monitored. And one of the days that I went in, they actually hooked me up to the machine to hear the baby's heartbeat, and they scared the crap out of me. I remember my mom went with me, And the doctor was like, the baby's heartbeat is dropping, we're gonna have to send you by ambulance, you're gonna need oxygen. And like they were scaring me, and I was like, are you sure, are you sure? Like the baby hadn't been moving like the whole time we were in there for like an hour, and she hadn't been moving. So I started to think like, oh my gosh, like what if something's wrong with her? But then it turns out the freaking medical assistant had put on the little belt thing they put on you wrong. And so it wasn't registering her heartbeat, because like they brought in a nurse and she fixed it, and her heartbeat started like registering, and they gave me juice, they gave me water, like cold drinks, and her heartbeat started registering. But I was still scared. I was still like, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, so I remember asking the doctor, like, should I still go into the hospital? And she told me, it's up to you. Like, it's up to you if you want to be monitored. And I was like, seriously, what kind of answer is that? But I went home and just like kept an eye out and made sure she was moving and everything was fine. That was like the second scare. I remember like sitting in the doctor's appointment crying my eyes out, like, and I was getting contractions because I think I was so scared. And my mom was like trying so hard not to cry because it was like scary, like them telling you your baby's heartbeat's dropping, you're gonna go by ambulance. So that was another scare. Other than that, when it came down to like the labor and delivery part, and I remember like it was 5 a.m. and I felt really uncomfortable. I got up to go pee. Everything was fine. Christian got up to go to work, and he asked me like, are you sure? Do you want me to go to work? Like at this point, they had already scheduled me to be induced that Saturday. Anais was born on a Thursday. So I was like, it's fine. Like, I'm fine. I'm not feeling anything. So Christian gets up, gets ready, and he goes to work. Well, then 30 minutes later, I get up to go pee again, and there's like, not to be gross or anything, but there's like bright red blood and like mucus when I wiped. So I like freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding. And I went to my mom's room because we were living with my parents at the time. So I went to my mom's room and I was like, look, Mom, I think I'm in labor. Like, I'm having really slight cramps, but they're not like hard enough. So I think it's like almost time. And my mom's like, why don't you call your doctor's office? But my doctor's office sucked. Calling them took forever. They didn't answer. I left a message, and honestly, nobody ever called me back. Like that I actually ended up getting like heavier contractions, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna take a shower, eat some breakfast. And I called Christian. I was like, hey, I think I'm in labor. This was like an hour after he had been at work already, and I was like, I'm having really bad contractions. Like, come home, I'm gonna jump in the shower, I'm gonna eat breakfast, and then we can go. So Christian gets home. He ended up getting, like, literally within that time frame, as I got all my stuff ready to put in the car, he got a freaking flat tire. So we were like, great, what are we gonna do? Like, we don't have time to fix your tire. So we ended up taking my mom's car. And I remember Christian being embarrassed because it was a minivan. So he was like, seriously, like, this is not what I wanted to drive, and blah, 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 but whatever. Then we got to the hospital, we parked. I was like, I'm gonna drive up to, or I want to walk up to labor and delivery because my pains were so bad. Like, they were bad, and I had like lower back pain. The nurses checked me and they were like, you're only at 4, we're not gonna admit you yet because you need to be at 5. And so I was like, seriously, like, I'm in so much pain, I'm literally in labor right now, and you guys are not gonna admit me. She's like, go back home and come back in a couple hours. Like, it could take a long time for you to reach 5 centimeters. So luckily, one of the nurses that was there was like, you're not going home, I know you're having a baby today, so I'm gonna do whatever I can to keep you here. So she sent me to go walk around the hallways. We walked around for like an hour, and when we came back, she checked me again, and I was at 5. So she was like, yep, you're having a baby. So they admitted me, I honestly was like in so much pain that I don't even remember when they moved me from like the room where they check you to the labor room. Like, I don't remember that piece. All I remember is like, all of a sudden I'm sitting in a whole new room and I'm in so much pain. I did not have an epidural. I went natural. I did get one pain medication that worked for like less than 5 minutes. I remember they gave it to me and they were like, you're gonna get really dizzy. I got really dizzy, I threw up, and then it was done. Like it lasted less than 5 minutes. And my labor, my labor, I would say, was about 12 hours. I had Anais around 4:30 in the afternoon. All I remember is the nurse telling me, okay, call me when you feel like you need to go number 2. And so she literally walked out the room, and then I called her and I was like, I think I need to poop. And she's like, are you like, you need to push? And I was like, I think so, because it really feels like you have to poop. And so she came in, and then I just remember like everybody rushing in. They gave me oxygen. I had my sister Christian and my best friend in the room, so I had them there for support. I remember just thinking like, I can't do this, I can't do this. It was so much pain, and I had like no epidural. I remember right before I pushed, I asked for some more of that freaking medication they had give me, and they were like, it's not gonna work. Like, we can give it to you, but it's not gonna do anything. So it was kind of like, okay, just suck it up and push. And they put me on oxygen, and I remember like Christian was helping hold the mask, and I was so annoyed with him because I felt like I couldn't breathe with the oxygen. I don't know if anybody else felt like that when they were in labor, but I felt like without the mask I could breathe, but they were having me put on the oxygen. And I remember I was like, I'll hold it myself, like, don't help me. I was so annoyed and in so much pain that I held the freaking oxygen mask by myself. And then I pushed for about 30 minutes, and then Anais came out. After that, it was like, I forgot about the pain. I forgot about how I felt. I forgot everything. It was just all about my baby. It's literally one of the best feelings ever. I remember that night after I had her, the nurse was like, we haven't given you any pain meds. Do you need any? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I was not in pain at all after I had her, which was awesome. I honestly thought I was gonna be in so much pain. I even got like stitched up, and I was not in pain whatsoever. The nurse was like surprised, like, you had a natural birth and you don't need any pain meds. And I was like, nope, I'm fine. Like, literally nothing hurt. But yeah, I think that's it for my labor and delivery story. I feel like my labor was honestly really good. I don't think I would have another baby without an epidural, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like I was blacking out. Like, I was in and out of consciousness, which is really weird. But I think it was just all the pain, that was all I was focused on, that I don't remember anything else. But I think if I were to have another baby, I would definitely get an epidural so that I can enjoy my labor. Just depending on how fast it goes. But I just feel like everything went so good, and I honestly cannot believe that I have an almost 4-year-old. She's gonna be 4 in 4 months. So it's so crazy. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Good there, let me baby cheek. Oh, you're so cute. She's all staring at you. Hope you guys enjoyed my story time video. I am trying to think of other ideas right now that we're in quarantine. Mostly our videos are like vlogs about what we do and where we go, but right now it's kind of hard to do that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will be back with more videos.